Hello student, welcome to our chemistry lesson number 2. Today we are going to proceed with our discussion based on chlorine as among the element of non-metal. Chlorine is greenish yellow gas. This gas is turning blue litmus paper to red, and also it bleach it. When you take blue litmus paper, you pass through chlorine gas, it changes the color to become red. Chlorine is a chemical element which symbol of Cr, and it have atomic number of 17. Chlorine is the halogen among of the group 7 member, and it is second latest all reactive metal for after fluorine. The element is yellow-green gas under standard condition. The color of chlorine is yellow-greenish gas under standard condition, but it formed the atomic molecule cannot when exist in a normal state are in the atomic molecule. Chlorine is a strong oxidizing agent. Let's see the occurrence of chlorine. Chlorine is very active metal, so it cannot occur as a filament because it is very active, but it founds in a form of compounds. The most common compound where you can find chlorine is the sodium chloride or burins, which is known as common salt. When you are talking about burin, is a concentrated solution of sodium chloride in water. So when sodium chloride are being dissolved in water, the solution which shall be formed is known as burin. Let's see about preparation of chlorine. Chlorine is prepared by oxidation process of concosulfuric acid. Chlorine is prepared by oxidation of concosulfuric hydrochloric acid. The oxidation process takes place under oxidizing agent such as magnesium, manganese oxide, and potassium permanganate. When you are using manganese oxide to prepare chlorine, you are supposed to apply it. But when you are using potassium permanganate, no need of it because potassium permanganate is a strong oxidizing agent. We see here, this is a question. Manganese oxide, when react with hydrochloric acid, it is chlorine gas and manganese chloride plus water. The same to potassium permanganate. When it reacts with hydrochloric acid, it produces manganese chloride, potassium chloride, water, and a chlorine gas. In the laboratory preparation of chlorine, we see that we are supposed to have conco hydrochloric acid. It reacts with can be potassium permanganate or manganese oxide. The product will be formed is a release of chlorine gas. But the chlorine gas that are formed must be passed first. The chlorine gas which are being formed must be passed first in conical flask which consists of water. Pass first in a conical flask which consists of water. The function of this conical flask which consists of water is to remove all trace of hydrogen chlorides. Then the gas from conical flask which have water must be passed through the concosulfuric acid. You know, the gas here you're supposed to have the gas which are produced here are entered to the gas which are being produced are passed through water first. So the conical flask which consists of water. This is water, H to O. Then from here, the gas is passing to the conical flask, which consists conical sulfuric acid. The aim of passing gas to conical sulfuric acid to make this gas become dry, because the gas which are collected from the reaction potassium permanganate and hydrochloric acid must be passed first to the beaker which consists of water. So it passes here to the first to the beaker which consists of water. The aim of passing this gas is to remove any trace or any remain of hydrochloric acid which are not to be removed, which are being taken by gas. But the gas which are being moved from water here, it is wet gas. So in order to make it dry, you pass it to the conical sulfuric acid. Then from conical sulfuric from this beaker, which consists of conical sulfuric acid, the gas is being collected here, which is dry gas, which is chlorine what? Chlorine gas. So the point to note is that water is the first conical flask is to remove any trace or any spray of hydrogen gas. Then the gas are passed through conical sulfuric acid in the second conical flask for make it to become dry. Then when you are using potassium permanganate, no need of using it because it is a very strong oxidizing agent. When you are using potassium permanganate as oxidizing agent, no need of using it. But when you are using manganese oxide, you are supposed to use it. Let's see the poison nature of chlorine. Chlorine is a poison. Chlorine is useful but dangerous gas. It is very poison. If we inhale to even small extent, the chlorine will make your body to get a problem, even to die. Chlorine is poison. The chlorine poisoning occur when the gas inhaled or swallowed, it reacts with water inside or outside of the body to form hydrochloric acid and hydrochlorous acid. When you are taking the air which consists of particles of chlorine, the chlorine, when it reacts with our body, it reacts with water which are found inside of our body or outside of our body. And when we react with water, the chlorine change water to produce the product will be formed here as a two product. The product which will be formed, it is two product. The product which will be formed is two products. The first product is hydrochloric acid. Another product is hydrochlorous acid. See the difference between this and this. This is the two products which are formed when hydrochloric acid, when chlorine gas react with water. The product which are formed is hydrochloric acid and hydrochlorous acid. This gas, all gas are poison gas. We see hydrochloric acid is a poison gas and hydrochlorous acid are poison gas. So that's why chlorine is poison substance. So when you are preparing chlorine, you're supposed to prepare in a fume chamber. Let's see the test for chlorine gas. Chlorine gas is greenish yellow in color. The color is greenish yellow. Chlorine gas has a pungent, choking smell. Chlorine gas turns moisture litmus paper from blue to red because it is acidic in nature. After turning red, both paper are then bleached white. We are supposed to understand here. The chlorine gas, it turns moisture litmus paper from blue to red because it is acidic in nature, but it is not end here to red. Then it turns this red to become what? To become white. So the chlorine gas is act as a bleaching agent. Bleaching agent, we are going to see what is the means of bleaching agent. Chlorine gas will put out a light spritz. This chlorine gas, this is another chemical, the test for chlorine gas. Let's see specific test for chlorine gas. This is a specific test of chlorine gas that you have seen the previous lesson. This is a general test, but specific test for chlorine gas, which is that chlorine gas it is only gas which is bleaching effect, which have a bleaching effect. What is bleaching effect? Chlorine gas is a bleaching agent. What is a bleaching agent? So bleaching agent is a substance which can decolorize, or bleach or remove the original color of any substance. Bleaching agent is a substance which removes the original color of a substance. It removes the original color. Example, if the color is blue, when you introduce chlorine, it becomes colorless. It is red, it becomes colorless. Yellow, it becomes colorless. So you can sometimes say that the chlorine gas is gas which is bleaching substance, which removes the color of a substance. Let's see more why most chlorine bleach color matter, such as water, clothes, and litmus. Let's see the bleaching property of chlorine in water, clothes, and litmus. Example: when the chlorine gas is dissolved in water, it forms two acids. When chlorine gas are being dissolved in water, it forms two acids. You already see it forms hydrochloric acid and the hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is unstable. This hydrochloric acid is unstable, so it decomposes slowly to form hydrochloric acid and oxygen. The hypochlorous gas, which is like this, let me clean. Hypochlorous gas, CHO, this is unstable. Under normal condition, it decomposes. It decomposes to form hydrogen chloride plus oxygen gas. It decomposes to form hydrogen chloride and oxygen. The formed oxygen combined with colored matter such that they undergo oxidation, then bleaching occur, such that the substance become colorless. That's why the chlorine, it is bleaching substance, because when it reacts with water, it forms two products. The first product is hydrochloric acid, which is stable. Another product is hypochlorous, which is unstable. So that is break down to form hydrochloric acid and oxygen. That oxygen formed combined with colored matter and change it become colorless. Question: why chlorine gas or compound are added to the swimming pool and drinking water? Why chlorine gas or compound of chlorine are added to the swimming pool and the drinking water? This is because chlorine gas dissolves in the swimming pool or drinking water to form hydrochloric acid, which the hydrochloric acid, it kills bacteria and pathogen. And also it forms another product known as hypochlorous, which is make water to become color, which make water to become clean. So this is because chlorine gas dissolves in swimming pool or drinking water to form hydrochloric acid, which kill bacteria and pathogen. At the same time, they localize water that make water to become safe for using for human being. The addition of chlorine in water is called chlorination of water. Addition of chlorine in water is so called chlorination of water. The aim to kill bacteria and to localize water. That is the aim of adding chlorine in swimming pool and drinking water. Another question: why water can be clean but not safe for drinking? Not all clean water are safe for drinking, but water can sometimes be clean but not safe for drinking because it may contain bacteria and microorganisms which cause disease and cannot be seen by our naked eyes. That's why we need to use water which are boiled and chlorinated, because sometimes water are clean but may be containing microorganisms which cause disease, and that microorganism cannot be seen by naked eye. Let's see physical property of chlorine gas. It greenish yellow. It has irritating, choking smell. It is soluble in water. It is light denser than air. It turns blue as paper, ready, and then bleach it. It undergoes three processes. First, it turns blue as paper, ready, and then bleach it. Chlorine gas is soluble in water. When chlorine gas is dissolved in water, it dissolves to form hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid, where hydrochloric acid can kill bacteria and hypochlorous can bleach or delocalize. Chlorine gas is soluble in water. Hypochlorous acid decompose to form oxygen and hydrochloric acid. You have already seen when you take hypochlorous acid, it decomposes to form hydrochloric acid and oxygen gas. Let's see chemical property of chlorine gas. Chlorine gas shows the following chemical property. Number 1, react with metal to give their respective chlorine gas. Chlorine react with metal, such, for example, sodium reacts with chlorine to form sodium chloride, that known as table salt. Number 2, react with water to form hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous. You have already seen hypochlorous, which are very reactive compound. It give oxygen to dye and make dye become what? Colorless. Let's see chemical. We are going to proceed with chemical property of oxygen. Number 3 or number 3. React with alkali. The reaction between chlorine and alkali give products which are depending on the reaction condition. When you are taking chlorine, when you react with alkali, it gives two products, but this product are depending on the reaction condition. Example, when chlorine react with cold sodium and potassium hydroxide, and when react with hot, the product are different. So the reaction between alkali and chlorine depend which condition is. Maybe it is hot, or the condition is hot, or the condition is cold. Chlorine, when react with cold sodium or potassium hydroxide solution to form a mixture of chlorine and hypochlorite, which are bleaching agents. So, for example, here, this is sodium hydroxide when react with chlorine. This is sodium hydroxide when it is cold. The product which will be formed is sodium chloride, sodium hypochlorite, and the water. So the product will be formed is a mixture of chlorine, this one, and hypochlorite. Hypochlorite, this is a bleaching agent. But when the gas, when react with hot sodium and potassium hydroxide, it gives a mixture of chloride and chlorate. Chloride salt like this, the same here, but here the product here formed is hypochlorite when is a base or alkali are cold, but when are hot, the product here formed here is chlorate. This is chlorate, which have all three. This is the formula like this. Here the formula like this one. So we need to differentiate that. The reaction between alkali and chlorine depends on the condition, whether it is that substances it is in cold state or it is in hot state. In cold state, the product which are formed is hypochlorites, which is bleaching substance. But in hot, the product which are formed is chlorate. The chlorate is not bleaching substance. Let's see another chemical property. Chemical property number 4. It forms yellow deposit of sulfur when treated with hydrogen sulfide gas. It forms yellow deposit of sulfur when treated with hydrogen sulfide gas. For example, when you take hydrogen sulfide react with chlorine, the product which are formed is hydrogen chloride plus sulfur. The sulfur the color is yellow. So it forms yellow deposit of sulfur when treated with hydrogen sulfide gas. Chlorine is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes iron 2 to iron 3. Chlorine, another property, reacts with hydrogen gas to form hydrogen chloride gas. Sometimes hydrogen chloride gas is known as hydrochloric acid, but it becomes acid when it being dissolved in water. Let's see the effect of sunlight to the chlorine water. Chlorine water is a hypochlorite, which is HO3, HOCr. Chlorine water is a water which consists of chlorine substances. When you dissolve chlorine water, you form the chlorine water. Chlorine water is an unstable compound. When introduced there to the heat or sunlight, it decomposes to produce oxygen and hydrochloric acid. Oxygen gas are produced to escape to the atmosphere. Oxygen gas which are produced are being escaped to atmosphere. Diagram, we see the diagram on how, for example, maybe you have a container here, which container, beaker, which inside of this container there is what? Chlorine water. This is the chlorine water. Chlorine water, which will be hypochlorites. So when the sunlight is introduced here, or heat is introduced here, this will be break down to release oxygen here, and the main solution will be hydrochloric acid. It's clear? I'm repeating again. For example, you have a container here. You have a container here, a beaker, which consists of chlorine water. And when you introduce that to the sun, maybe inverted the beaker here, when you introduce that to the sunlight or to the heat, this will be break down to produce oxygen, which will be collected here to the top, because the oxygen gas will be escaped, and the solution which remain will be hydrochloric acid. Let's see uses of chlorine gas. It's used in the production of common salt, you have already seen. It's used in combination of water, you have already seen. Used in bleaching action, you have already seen. It's used to make a compound used in preparation of oxygen gas. Example, potassium perchlorate, which produces oxygen gas. Also, it's used in PVC material to make water pipe and a plastic. Also, chlorine is used in bleaching agent in textile industry and in paper industry to bleach woods. Chlorine can be used in germicides and disinfectant substances. Thank you for listening to me, and this is the end of chlorine, end of lesson number 2. Welcome again to another lesson, which will be lesson number 3. We are going to see hydrochloric acid. Thank you and welcome again.